I have been coding for the past 10 years and I learned some in-depth dark secrets of the tech industry and how it is to actually code for 10 years straight and to just solve computing problems over and over and over. What that feels like as a person, basically what are the emotions that you feel as you're coding for those 10 years. And there is one thing that nobody talks about that influences every programmer ever, and it might be the secret force that is actually keeping you stuck as a programmer. Okay, so I'll let you continue watching the video. I'm currently editing it, but I noticed one big thing that I just want to clarify on. I see that I'm preaching a lot. In future videos, I'll talk more about my personal experience. But for now, whenever I say people make these mistakes, oh, beginners make these mistakes, just replace it with I made those mistakes and I was that beginner that made those mistakes and then learn from them. So yeah, that's it. Continue watching the video. So I don't want to waste any more time. Here's the thing. After you've been coding for 10 years, you realize that a lot of beginner developers are impatient as fuck. They think they're watching these YouTube videos about how to get a programming job in 6 months, how to land a 100K per year developer position after a one course of JavaScript. And I think this is the biggest trap that is causing a lot of beginners to become stuck. They become impatient. They will not want to spend months just perfecting one language or just developing one passion project of their own. And they are led to believe that only in 1 year you can go from not knowing a single line of code or even how a computer operates into becoming like Bill Gates. And for this specific reason, a lot of developers can't seem to just enjoy coding and are constantly just looking at their goal and what they want to get. And they're it's same as running a business and constantly thinking about that Porsche 911 that you're going to buy. It just causes anxiety. Sure, it might keep you motivated, but it does cause a lot of anxiety in the day-to-day that shouldn't be there because it will just torment you for no benefit. If you're doing that just to stay motivated, then you gotta find other systems of keeping your motivation. And it's not even down to motivation, it's actually discipline. You gotta be disciplined every day and do the things that you actually want to do, because the easiest discipline is just doing the things that you already want to be doing. So the question now becomes, how do you fall in love with the process? How do you enjoy the daily grind of writing code, debugging, looking at documentations? So the easiest way to present this is, imagine you just started a new character in World of Warcraft. And you don't create a new character in World of Warcraft and think to yourself, oh man, I'm not level 60 right away. Like I gotta work so much to be level 60. No, you're enjoying the process, you're leveling up. It's boring to beat the whole game the moment you started. So when you create a new character, you're just focused on doing the next quest. You're enjoying the process, you're enjoying the journey. You know there are going to be fun times, there are going to be stressful times, but you don't try to rush it, because what would even be the point of creating a new character if you can just become level 60 right away? So to put this into words, there's a really good quote that basically symbolizes this whole process, and the quote is, I'm going to read it right off my screen: pain plus reflection equals progress. Which means that you gotta bump your head a few times, you gotta screw up, you gotta fuck up a few times, you gotta feel the discomfort of making mistakes and being a beginner at some new skill. But if you add reflection to that and you try to analyze, oh, where did I go wrong, where can I improve, if you just repeat that process over and over and over, that's progress. Progress is basically making mistakes, reflecting on the mistakes that you made, and then seeing how you cannot make those mistakes anymore. It's that easy, basically, how you can remove mistakes and improve. And the problem why a lot of people don't see progress is because reflection is hard. Because you gotta put your ego to the side and see things for how they are instead of how you want them to be. So from reading a lot of business books, I came to the conclusion that a lot of successful people look at time differently. They talk about time in different time horizons. They look at it in a different way. They basically have a totally different perspective. So how that looks in practice is, when they are talking about plans, they're talking in years, not days. Their plan isn't how to get something in the next month. The plan is how can I be assured that I can get this in the next 5 years. It's basically, do I want this thing guaranteed in 5 years, or somehow trying to gamble my way into getting that thing in a day? And that's why a lot of people, when they start coding, they're instantly thinking about money and making money from freelancing or getting a job. And then they're trying every day, they ask themselves, did I get a job today? And if the answer is no, they feel shitty. Whereas if you're looking at it from the bigger time frame, where you're like, okay, I'll give myself a year to learn coding and then get a job at the end of that year, every day you wouldn't ask yourself, did I get a job today? You're not optimizing for that. You're basically optimizing for doing the daily tasks, and you know that in the longer time horizon it's going to pay out dividends, whereas in the shorter time horizon it's going to be shitty. So basically your day-to-day is full of discomfort and tasks that you gotta do in order for the long-term goals to actually be achievable. And that just gives you a peace of mind that the only thing that you gotta focus on is being productive today, and just being consistent and doing that every single day in the next 5 years. And there's an easy objection about wanting things to happen faster, and that is that, imagine if there was this magic wand that I can just swirl and it will make you rich. It will give you the family that you always wanted. It will give you the house that you always wanted, the car, the job, whatever it is. So it will basically give you all of your desires right away, but you die tomorrow. That's basically what you're asking for when you're trying to achieve all your goals really as fast as possible. Wanting for your goals to happen faster and wanting for things in life to happen faster is basically wanting to die early. Because if you were to get the things faster, somehow magically, that will also speed up the time horizon. So imagine this, you have nothing, tomorrow you get 1 billion, the day after you get your dream wife, the day after that you get your dream car, the day after that you get your dream house, and then the day after that you die. Sounds pretty boring, isn't it? But this is what life is, but just stretched out on a longer time horizon. So you gotta give yourself more years to achieve your goals. So if you look at it, we do a lot of stuff. We are born, we go into school, we go through our first love, we train sports, we go out, meet new people, or work, start a family, travel the world, read books, listen to music. We do a lot of different stuff through our lifetime. The day-to-day seems boring, but if you were to fast track all of that, it's actually almost as you were watching the most interesting movie ever. But it feels boring in the shorter time horizon. And that's the same point that I'm trying to drive for programming. Programming feels boring in the day-to-day, but once you create your product and you basically saw how you can turn an idea into something real, when you added your own artistic spin to it, that joy that you feel has paid off all of those boring days where you were coding, debugging, reading the documentation, and doing the boring stuff. So one reality check that I want to share is that you got to embrace the boring days, because that's most of life. Most of the days you wake up, you go through your routine, and you go to sleep. So you wake up, you train, you work, you meet with some friends, you chill, and then you sleep. And that's most of the days. So optimize your daily routine so that you enjoy your days, you enjoy your work, you enjoy hanging out with your friends, you enjoy the workout that you do, you enjoy the hobbies that you have. And that's how I learned to love coding and love the daily challenges that happen through code, which usually just solving bugs and testing. And it enabled for me to enjoy the process more, to have less anxiety about trying to get to my goals faster. Of course, I will want to speed it up as fast as I humanly can, but I will not stress about getting the thing in the next month. So yeah, enjoy the process, don't rush it, because once you get to your goals, nothing happens. You just achieve your goal, and then because it's so boring to have what you want, you just create a new goal and then chase after that. Which means that the only thing that you ever enjoyed was actually chasing the goal. That's it. Bye.